much fun. We're going to talk about every spring and summer tee that I have ever knit. Hi everybody, it's Bobby of Knitter's Niche. Welcome to my bonus room. Welcome to my Knitter's Niche. Today is May 8th, 2024. It's a cloudy day here. I live in Northeast Alabama, near Huntsville, Alabama. It's cloudy and we've had a little bit of rain today. The temperature, I think it's only going to be, it's just the 70s today. I haven't checked, honestly. Honestly, I haven't checked because I knew I was going to be inside doing this today, so I wasn't too worried about the weather. So what I'm going to do today, this is going to be jam-packed of information. This video is going to be so much fun. We're going to talk about every summer and spring tee that I have knit and what yarn that I prefer and what yarn does the best job for these spring and summer knits that I would recommend. So let's get started. Let's get going. Let's get going. Okay, I am wearing the Caprock Tee, and this is by Yamagara. And here's a picture of the pattern here. And now this is done with a DK weight yarn. Now, the yarn that I chose to knit this with is Sandnes Garn Tynn Lene. Now, this is more of a lace weight. It's very, well, fingering weight, I guess they call it. It is fingering weight. And this is it here. And the color is called, well, it's a number. It's 1015. Let me show you here. There it is, 1015. So I held two strands together and I knit with the required needles, and the required needles for this sweater are US 3, and that would be a 3.25 millimeter, and also a US 6, which is 4 millimeter. Well, I did not use the 6. I went down to a 5 because I knew that this yarn was going to be a little more fine. Holding the two strands was going to be a really lightweight DK. So that's what I did, and I'm a little bit of a loose knitter anyway. But let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful tee. I'll stand up here and let you take a look at it. It has some really nice features. It's an easy sweater to knit. The basic things I think are carried through the sweater. And right up here, this is carried through here. And then it's also carried through on the sleeves. And then I did a twisted rib at the bottom. They just suggest doing a 1x1, knit one, purl one. They just suggest using your basic one. And the bind off they had was a tubular bind off. Now, with cotton yarn like this, I thought, I think it's going to be a little bit saggy, and it's not going to be if I do a tubular bind off. So what I did the knit two through the back loop. Well, let me show you my sleeve. And it just creates this nice little edge here and here. Another nice feature I like about this is called the twisted stitch. And it's not hard to do, but you go back from one needle and back to the other needle and then back to the other needle. So it makes it a little bit fiddly. So I was kind of glad when that part was done. And then it features this here, which is so easy. It's purl 2, knit 4. That's all it is. Now this is carried through the sleeve and all the way through the back too. You can see that. There are some short rows in the back. Very easy, and you can see the increases. You're increasing here, and then you do your stitch, and then you'll increase some more even underneath here. There is no raglan to this at all. It's a circular yoke. It didn't take me very long to knit. I need to get this in my Ravelry so everybody can take a look, and hopefully I'll have that in there for you when after I get this done filmed. So this is what I'm wearing. I'm telling you what, this Sandnes Garn Lene yarn is so nice. And I have knit other sweaters with this. So let's talk about the other one that I have knit, I've talked about it before. So the ones that I have knit, the spring and summer tees that I have knit, I'm going to talk about briefly because some of you have already seen them and have already heard about them. So the other one that I had knit right here. And here we go. This is, oh, I'm caught. There we go. Here we go. This is so, so nice. Now this was knit with the Tynn, but it was knit with the Tynn, excuse me, not the Tynn, the Sandnes Garden Lene. And the difference between the two, okay, here we go. This is the DK and this is a fingering. So that's the difference between the two. And quite honestly, last year when I bought this, I bought it by mistake. I bought the Tynn and I meant to purchase this. So here I have 8 balls of this. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Well, I need to use it, so that's why I knit the Caprock with that. So let's talk about the Lene and what its properties are, what it's made of. It is cotton, viscose, and linen. There's a blend of those 3 things. So it is so, so soft. It feels cool to the body. Oh, and this color here is called 3011, which is right there, 3011. And this, again, is the Ila sweater, and I didn't tell you who it was by. It's ILHA, so I think it's Ila or Ila. This is knit by one of my, she's become one of my favorite. And you know what? She's my favorite because I just love this pattern so much. But you know what? That's the only pattern I've knit of her. So I'm going to knit some more of her patterns in the future. And I can tell you exactly when I knit this too. Oh, I knit this. It's almost a year. I had knit this July 2nd, 2023. Started it and completed it July 16th, 2023. So these short sleeve tees are a quick knit. And that's one reason I like knitting them. And plus, sometimes I get hot, and a lot of times I'll wear like a little cardigan around the house too. And if I get too warm, I can just take it off, and I've got this beautiful, beautiful cotton sweater underneath. So this is by Orlane Suchet. It's ORLANE SUCCHE. Isn't that beautiful? Now this, like I said, this is a DK white yarn. Now this pattern calls for a fingering weight. So I knit the size 2, but I should have knit the size 1. So what I did was I started doing some decreases through here, but I talk about that on my Ravelry page if you'd like to take a look. Now, also in the pattern, it does not tell you how to do the short sleeve, so I do tell you how to do that on my Ravelry page too. So I'll put a link down below. One thing I really like about this one is the cables going down the side. Carries through to the bottom of the hem on both sides. Another thing I like about this this sweater, the summer tee, is the circular yoke plus raglan. And it makes for a very, very nice fit. And I love all the details. But I could go on and on about this, but I won't. Because y'all have heard enough about that. So this is one I would highly recommend, the Caprock, the Ela. Let's see how similar they are. A little bit similar. The color's just a hair off. But isn't it nice? It's really, really nice. And this one I think I did just a little bit longer. Yeah, I did. I did the Caprock a little bit longer than the Ela. I think it's Ela. Okay. All right. So that's my very favorite. And y'all already know that. Y'all know how much I love it, love it, love it. Now, let's talk real quick about here's the tee. Here is the tee that started it all for me. Right here. This is the ranunculus, and this is knit with Koigu Premium Merino. And I only had 3 skeins, and I don't know if there's like 100, I forget how many, 210 maybe. Anyway, I knit it on a size 9, US 9. They recommended 10, but I did a 9 because I liked the fabric. So this is the very first one I had ever knit, first ranunculus, and I have 3 more that I have knit. So I would like to knit this in a cotton. That would be a great idea. In the Lene, in the Sandnes Garden Lene, that'd be beautiful. So this one started it all, and so I do recommend the ranunculus too for your spring and summer tees. We'll set that down right there. Now this is by, okay, this is a tee that is, the yarn is 50% cotton and 50% merino, and it's called Filomeni, Amelia Filomeni, and the yarn was gifted to me by Eweknit of Toronto. And I'm going to look real quick here and let you know when I had knit that. Has it been a year ago? No, it was August 9th. I started it in 2023 and I finished it August 27th. I did knit the size 2. It is bottom up. It's bottom. The very first thing you do is it has a different type of construction. You knit the sleeves and put them on hold. And I will tell you, it was a bit of a bear for me. It is all over. And when you have all these angles in the lace, see, you cannot mess up. So each time you go around, you have to move your marker one because you're shifting your triangle each row. But this is one of my very favorite knits. I did the twisted rib, the bottom, the top. It's very nice and neat. And I have said before, with your, because it's right around your face, people are going to notice, take your time. Use the cast on that you want to use. If it will work in the pattern, if you're not comfortable with a certain cast on and don't know how to do it, do the long tail cast on, the basic cast on, and just be careful to make it nice and even, because like I said, everybody looks right here because your face is here. Everybody's gonna look at your arms. Every place that there's an ending to the sweater, people's eyes are drawn there. So just take your time with your finishes. I will say this is exceptional yarn. I would highly recommend this. Again, it was gifted to me by Eweknit, and the pattern was gifted to me back last August. And it's beautiful. So I'm gonna put some pictures and video of me wearing these and just pop them in here every once in a while for you to see. But that's I love it. I love it so much. It's very, very pretty. And it's hand-dyed yarn. You can kind of see a bit of a line through here, but with that lace, I don't think it's really that prominent. You know, when you're wearing it and moving it around, it's not really that prominent. Again, that's the Florencia tee by Claudia Quintanilla of Eweknit Toronto. Okay, oh goodness, we're running out of room here. Okay, now what else? Oh, and this one. I had knit this with linen quill, and this is the Salty Air Tee, and it is by Samantha Garn, and she actually has a DK weight went out, I think, a pattern, but this is your fingering weight. Again, this is so nice. The linen quill knits up like a dream. The linen quill, there's alpaca and linen, alpaca and linen, I believe, but I'll look and I'll put it down here so you all can see. I would recommend this 100%. You know, and I have knit one other pattern of hers, of Samantha's, and the fit is just phenomenal. She's very, very good at that. And she does have a new one out that I had just purchased, and I haven't printed it out. Well, let me tell you what it is. Hang on here. Let's just go to my iPad, and we're going to take a look at my purchases here. You know, I've purchased a few patterns here in the last week, just gone a little bonkers. And hers is, it's called the Spring Line Tee. I'll put a picture here so you can take a look at that. And I am planning on using linen quill to knit the Spring Line Tee. And that's a new one I would highly recommend for your spring and summer tee. Okay, let's put this back here. And I'm also going to discuss the yarns that I have chose to use. Again, are the Sandnes Garn, Lene, Tynn Lene, and the Lene. And like I said, this is my favorite one. It's a DK weight. So as I'm going through some patterns and I'm researching some spring and summer patterns, I come across this yarn again and again and again. So I thought, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a little list here of some patterns that, these are some top designers that love this yarn. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about those patterns. I'll put some pictures up. And these are some future knits that I would like to do. And they're going to fit right into your spring and summer wardrobe. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Anchor Summer Shirt by Petite Knit. And there's 7,889 projects in the Anchor Summer Shirt, okay? And out of those 7,889, the number one yarn, because she does recommend this yarn for that pattern, is 1,094 people have used that. And that's people that have posted it in Ravelry. So I would highly recommend you or anyone to use that yarn. Now, here's the thing. The Anchor Summer Shirt is actually done in a DK weight, but it's called the Summer Shirt. Now, she also has, which I am working on now, and I'll show you how far I've gotten. I'm doing the Petite Knit Anchor Tee. Now, the Anchor Tee is a fingering weight. So I am using Purl Soho's linen quill to knit that with, and that is a fingering weight yarn. So I've started that, and I'll show you how far I've gotten on that here in just a second. So the Anchor Summer Shirt is what I recommend. It is done with the Lene. She recommends you use the Lene, Sandnes Garn Lene, which, say it again, anyway, is a DK weight. So it's going to go a little quicker. Now, the second one is that I am recommending for you, and I haven't knit it yet either, is the Peacock Tee Solo. And the Peacock Tee Solo is by Lene, Holme's Samsoe. And I have done a pattern of hers before, and you're going to see a pattern in my choices. You're going to see that I mentioned her again and again in the next few that I'm going to talk about. Okay, now there was 234 projects that used the Sandnes Garn Lene, which is this one, the DK weight. So I would recommend that, the Peacock Tee Solo. And also the Summer Ella Solo is by her, Lene, Holme's Samsoe. And 160 projects were done with the Sandnes Garn Lene yarn, which is the DK weight again. And then the next one, Palme Tee, is by Lene, Holme's Samsoe. What I like best about these is the circular yoke, the lace that it offers, the yarn choices, and you know what? It's not a very expensive yarn. It's $7.50 per skein. This is 50 grams, and let me see how many meters that is. It probably says right in front of me here, 110 meters. So the next one I have listed is a Clover Tee by Lene, Holme's Samsoe. I'm just telling you, these are beautiful patterns. I have really gone in and researched spring and summer patterns using a beautiful cotton yarn that I know you're going to have success with. So that's why I've added a few of hers in this mix, because they are just gorgeous. You can wear them anywhere. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. So that's why I put these in my list here. The next one I have is Crescendo Summer Top. It's by Knit Purl Girl, and it is also recommended that you use the Sandnes Garn Lene yarn, and that's what she's knitted with. So that's just kind of a brief little synopsis. I also want to let you know that I have built a bundle in Ravelry, and I have 87 in this bundle. So I couldn't even come close to talking about it. So I kind of wanted to narrow it down and let you know what yarn is going to be the best for you to use that I would highly recommend. And obviously these designers think that the Sandnes Garn Lene is the one to go with. If it's a fingering weight, you want to use the Tynn Lene right here. And if it's the DK weight, you want to use the Lene DK. Okay, so that's everything in a nutshell. Now, I did want to tell you, you know, it's been a minute since I've been on here and posted anything, posted a video, uploaded a video. We got back from Florida and then I got sick. And it wasn't COVID, but it sure felt like it. So it just knocked me, but I kept knitting. So I hadn't started this pattern yet last time in the last episode, but I told you a lot about it, and I told you the yarn had been gifted to me from Claudia Quintanilla, who owns Eweknit Toronto, and it's the Knitting for Olive in the Dusty Artichoke. This is the Merino, and held together with a Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair, also in the Dusty Artichoke. Okay, that was my main color. And then the contrasting color, and I just got one skein of each, and look how much I have left. So this is the Marzipan is the color for the soft silk mohair, and for the contrast, contrasting color, and the Marzipan in the Merino Knitting for Olive. So these two were combined to do this beautiful sweater behind me, and this is the Azucena pullover, and the Azucena pullover is long sleeved, and here's a picture of it here. The colors I chose were very muted colors, as you can see. They're really muted colors. The contrasting color, a lot of them used more of it's a cream color, but it's pretty white, so it stood out more. Well, this is mine, and this is what I chose to do, and they've been so nice. They look at this, y'all. This is outstanding. I'm sorry, yes, I did knit it, but I didn't write the pattern. I mean, for heaven's sakes, look at this. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. And the sleeves, it's so pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this on so you can see it. And with this mohair, what she also said in the pattern is that you can embellish it. You can embellish it along here, through here with some beads, and also along the sleeve. Well, I didn't know that I would do that. I might still do that. But you can see here, look how pretty it is already. Very, very pretty. But they had shown the bead being right up here on each one of these, a bead here and a bead here. So it's very pretty. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna slip this on so y'all can see it. I'm proud of it. I'm not real versed on color work. It's not hard. Actually, you know, after knitting an intricate sweater, lace and everything else, and then knitting a color work is like a breeze. But I will say, if you look at this second row here, right where I'm pushing out right here, it's just not laying that nice, and I have blocked it and I've pulled it and everything. So I could go back and duplicate stitch, or she also says on this you can even come in and just do like a lazy daisy flower on every once in a while on here, because Claudia is really promoting embellishing your knitwear. So that's something I might do in the future. Okay, so let me put it on. I'll be right back. Okay, hey everybody. Here's my Azucena pullover. Isn't it beautiful? My most favorite thing is the sleeves. And I know y'all know that I like a fitted sleeve, and I don't know these big balloon blousey sleeves. I don't know that I care for that much, but this is beautiful. Look at that. There is no decreases, and you don't have any decreases till you get down here, right before the ribbing. And then you do the contrasting, and then you do the main color every other one. And then there again, here's the bind off I use. Knit 2 through the back loop, put it back on the left needle, knit 2 through the back loop, back on left needle. And that's what I do. That's my decrease, because I love that little line that it gives it. It's pretty. It's very pretty. Very pretty. It's, I will say I feel a little bit of itch from it, but not too bad. Not too bad, really. I don't, but I don't think it's itchy. I don't. And I have washed it with wool wash, and I blocked it out. It's just, I'm very proud of it. It's beautiful. And thank you so much, Claudia Quintanilla, for gifting me this yarn from your shop in Toronto called Eweknit. She is an amazing designer. And let's talk about fit. Her fit, oh my goodness, look at this. I mean, it couldn't get any better fit. Not at all. Have it on with my jeans. I would love to see this with maybe a, in the winter with an off-white wool slacks. Oh, this would be so pretty. So pretty. So the other sweater that we talked about earlier that I had knit is this one back here, the all over lace. And it fits me so well, just perfect. I knit the small. I thought I was gonna knit the medium because I just really wasn't sure. I'd never used mohair before. I really didn't know what to expect. So, adding it with a merino. So I thought, well, I don't know. So I went ahead and did a swatch. Everything worked out great. So this is it. This is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Azucena sweater. And like I said, this is my most favorite sleeve. Can you have a favorite sleeve? I guess I can. So anyway, here it is. Beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it. Well, that's all I have for you today, everybody. I hope everybody's doing, oh, no, it's not. Hang on. You know, I do this every time. It is not done. Okay, I told you that I was working on the Petite Knit Anchor Tee. And this is the fingering weight. And it might throw you because the Anchor Sommer shirt says it's in a heavier weight gauge, but they recommend a cotton with that. So anyway, so I am using the Purl Soho linen quilt in the color, I think it's oat flower. So here it is. Well, here's the deal though. I'm thinking about frogging it and doing a different color because I have got so many colors in my summer. See, I've got so many, but here's how far I've gotten. And I know the ones that have knit it, just, I see why you like it. I see what I've only knit one other petite knit pattern, and that was the very simple Sophie scarf. And I liked that also. And this one, I can see why people like her patterns. So I'm moving right along with it, but I really think I might frog it and use a different color. I've got a color, I think it's called Rosewood in the linen quill. I'll put a picture of it here. And I have a couple of skeins of that, and I think that would be beautiful in this. It's more of like a makeup color, like a blush, like a rouge color. And I think it's very complimentary on everyone's skin, that beautiful, beautiful pink muted tone, not a light pink. It's like a makeup color, like a blush color. So anyway, this is what I'm working on. I'm working on the Anchor Tee, but like I said, I might frog it. So here's a picture of it. There's some of you that haven't seen it before, and I can put some pictures of it here too, add some photos in. So that is so nice. I really like it. And when you look at it, you're thinking, well, I can see how she did it, but how did she do it? How does she do it? So very clever. Oh, she really. Oh, and also too, I was watching a podcast and I cannot think of what it was. And it was a knitting podcast, and the gal she says, I will say that Petite Knit, her patterns are the most professional looking. The techniques she used, they're more of a streamlined, more simple look in a sweater, but the finishes and just the techniques that she has you use, they're just so professional. They look like they're machine made, but they're handmade. So I thought, you know what? I understand that. I really am getting to understand that right now. Okay, let's talk about acquisitions. I have one acquisition. I don't know if you all watch the Knitting Place with Dinah and Pam. I watch them all the time, and I kind of miss them when they're not on. So what I do is I try to find some videos in the past years that I might have missed. I did that this morning because I'd missed them. So I got, she's had these bags, and I thought, oh, I'm going to buy one because it was local yarn shop, support your local yarn shop day. So I thought, well, I'll order that from her, and because I've had my eye on it. So here it is. It came in the mail, and she puts a little note on there. Isn't that sweet? Enjoy your happy mail, heart, Dina. Isn't this cute? Now I'm going to show you exactly how big this is. So let me turn this off so you don't have to hear that loud crinkle. Okay, here it is. Look how big it is. I mean, this is like from shoulder to shoulder. It's a big bag. So it has a zipper closure, and it says knit love, as we can see. And she has several sayings. And you know what's interesting? She has had these made for her, and one day I was watching her and she says, if anybody has any suggestion, a knitting saying, or a saying that you would like to see on one of these bags, just let me know. And some of them she's had put on some bags already and are being sold. So here's the bag. I'm trying to get it squared up here for you to see. It's fairly deep, and it's but it is so cute. Now the letters on here are actually, if you can see, they're sewn on. They're not going anywhere. Isn't that beautiful? And I told you it was local yarn shop day. Shop your local yarn shop day, LYS. And there was a surprise inside for me. Hang on, I think it's still in the bag. Yeah, here it is. For shopping with her, she sent this to me free, and she was sending it to people as long as supplies last. And these are things I don't have. And so I opened it up. Oh my gosh, what is it? And here it is. Look, I have been wanting, well, I do have one of these. It's your finishing needle, where you weave your ends in with that needle. And I also have, and I don't know what these little guys are called. I call them yarn stopper. I don't know if that's what that's called. And these work so nice. The little, see those little guys? Isn't that nice of her? How sweet. And also there's some stitch markers in here, little triangle stitch markers. And then it has a little light bulb I'm holding all together. So I got that, was in there. Now, I think these are these called Barber pulls? Is that right? I don't know. Barber pulls, I call them hold your stitches tube. So there's 3 different lengths in here. And this is the long one. This is a really long one. There's this one. And then there's this one. Then there's this one. Wait, are they 3 different lengths? Let's see. Between those 2 shorter ones, we'll see. Oh, those 2 are the same length. But what you do with these, let me grab my anchor tee here. And you put them on the end. I haven't tried it out yet, but I've seen other people use it. You put it on the end of one needle. And then you put it on the end. This is so you can try on your sweater to see how it's fitting before it's finished. And you put it on there. And then you slide your stitches onto that, just temporarily. It stays right on there. So you can try on your sweater. And you just slide them onto that, pull it over your head, and there you go. Isn't that nice? And that was a little, I wasn't expecting that. But I thought that was so sweet of her to send, and she sent it to people because I got to looking, and she had posted something on Instagram that she was gonna, for everybody that made a purchase, that she would send them a little gift. So I got those. Okay, so that's what I wanted to. There we go. Yep, it's working. It's working. See, then you can try it on. You know what? I might put this over my head right here just to see how I'm doing. Yeah, it's staying on there nice. Very nice. But like I said, I think they're called Barber pole. I'm not sure why, or I've just completely misheard that. I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me for sure. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. And then you can pull it down and you can get the feel of where you're at on your sweater. I won't pull it too tight, but oh yeah, this is gonna fit nice. The collar and everything's gonna fit nice. But y'all don't be surprised next time I do a podcast that you see this in a different color, because it didn't take me very long at all to knit that much. Not at all. That's the wrong side, this side. But I think it's very interesting how, and for my size, there's, well, I think all of them, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of the ribbing. But what you do is you'll do your ribbing and you do so many rounds of it, and then you have to do increases evenly all the way around. And there's another row that you do, and it's done in stockinette all the way around, and then so you'll have enough, and it kind of shifts it over a little bit. It's just amazing how I don't know how she figured that out, but it's really cool. I really am very, very pleased with that. Anyway, you can find that on my Ravelry bundle, which has all of these tees that I've talked about, plus some, because I have 87 of them on there. So there's a big choice. I've already done the research for y'all and put them all in a bundle so you can take a look at them. And then what's going to be coming up is I'm going to be doing sleeveless ones too. I've compiled a group of those in a bundle, so I'm going to talk about those in a future podcast as we get closer to summer. So y'all, listen, have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate all of you. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you are happy and I don't know if happy is the right word. If you enjoy, let's put it that way, watching my podcast or ones like this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe. And we're going to be at 10,000 subscribers soon. So as soon as we get there, I'm planning something special. So go ahead and subscribe. And in the future, once we get there, I'm going to do something special. We're going to have a nice little giveaway. So listen, go out there, knit the day. Thank y'all so much. I enjoy doing this. I miss doing this. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.